Greetings, pod fans! It's day 20 of Pod Fajita. Pod videos himself every day in April. So yeah, it's day 20. Do you know what that means? I've done 30 videos in a row. If you weren't paying attention, I did 10 videos the 10 days before April, leading up to it as a haha April Fool. I have made you the April Fool by making you think that I ran out of ideas. Look at me, 30 days since I started that, with 10 days to go. Hot damn. It's a Pod Fajita palooza, as it were. But yeah, I think today let's just talk about me and creativity as a whole, because that might be interesting. So I've always found myself to be a relatively creative person, in the sense that I like doing things. I am constantly making stuff. Even, you know, when I don't make YouTube videos because I forget. Do I say YouTube weird? Is it YouTube? Sorry, that's been on my mind recently because I say YouTube. But yeah, even when I'm not making these videos, I just find things to do to fill my time because I just like to create. For example, I've got my cosplay Instagram, I've got my Instagram where I don't really post much, but sometimes I get a random splash of like inspiration. I have 4 YouTube channels. Most of them don't get used anymore, but like there is this one, so this is the manpod. There is themanpod, which is my gaming channel for a while. There is the pod tunes, CHOONS, and there is the pod vlogs, which tunes was music when I played ukulele, and yeah, was very cool like that. And the pod vlogs was, I had a daily vlog for about a year. It was very boring. Like I've talked about it already this month, but I don't know how to take out a camera and talk in front of people, so it gets very boring when the content is your life, but not the parts where you're in front of anyone. Yeah. But yeah, there's all of that. There's my Twitch channel, which I used very regularly last year. Can't really now because I live with my family. There are moments where I'm like, I'd love to stream, but like, I don't think it's fair for me to spend, you know, an hour or two here broadcasting to the world, because it means that no one can walk behind me, or anyone in the room is just subjected to that. So yeah, but like I spent a lot of time on my Twitch making things, just chatting and trying to just be creative, and I just keep making things. I went for a walk yesterday, and while on the walk I had this random stupid idea, so I recorded it, and then yesterday I made it, and then I posted it. Speaking of which, now's a great time to talk about our sponsor. Let me just roll the clip. Cool structure facts with pod. This is an old structure. Experts like me can use advanced dating techniques to determine that, and also say it is quite outdated, because it's still making vines. Yes, today is sponsored by Pod's TikTok. Because I don't really talk about it, and I don't really make things there. I made a dumb thing with the beard filter where it gets rid of your beard, and it just made my neck huge. But yeah, I made that yesterday because I thought of it suddenly and then needed to make. So yeah, I'll link my TikTok down in the description. I don't know if there's going to be an episode 2 of Cool Structure Facts with Pod, but you never know. Maybe I'll figure out another stupid pun. But yeah, that's my life. I love making things. I'm like addicted to it, and it just kind of keeps my mind active. Like the past 30 days of making videos have been wild as hell. It gets me out of bed. It makes sure that I'm doing things every day. I feel super productive just posting these. Even like, you know, if no one watches them, or like, you know, the ones that got 0 comments over the month, I'm still just like, yes, I've put something out into the world. And that's it's weird, it's wild, it's insanity. But I love it, and that's just my thing. That's what like gets me going. Like I wonder like what would have happened if, you know, these ever took off, or like what I would be making today if like I managed to hit a niche and get millions of subscribers. would I still find as much fun as I do in making these? That's an interesting question. Like, yeah, I can actually use that as today's question. So, I guess first of all, what's your creative outlet? What's your main source of, like, doing something and creating something and putting it out into the world? For me, obviously, it's video of, like, many forms. I've also got cosplay, and yeah, I like making jokes, but, you know, they're few and far between. Mostly I like talking at people while talking at camera. And the second one, which I mentioned, if your, like, current creative outlet, if many years ago it had popped off and, like, became the big thing and, you know, started making millions of dollars, do you think you'd still enjoy it as much? Like, I don't know. If this was a job, I don't know how much I would enjoy it, because, you know, left to my own devices and not a 30-day challenge every year, I rarely make these. I love making them, but when I have the motivation and the time and the thoughts. But if that was my 9 to 5, like if that was me, what I did, how I made my money, would it be as cool? It's a weird thought experiment. Huh. And number 3, if you don't have an answer for either of those, like, what's the most recent thing you ordered online? Digital or physical? For me, it was an audio interface and a mic arm that I'm waiting for. I've talked about them, but I'm at that point where, you know, as soon as something ships, you're just refreshing the tracking page. That's my life at the moment. I'm just like, come on, because it's coming from Germany, and it has gotten to the point where they're getting ready to hand it off to Unpost in Ireland, but the Unpost hasn't received it or updated it yet. So I'm just like refreshing the two, waiting for an update, and being like, I just want it in my hands. That's, you know, I buy things and I just want them. I want to plug them in and I want to play. So yeah, what's the most recent thing you bought, I guess, online? Digital or physical? But yeah, that's all for today. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope you're having a great 20th of April. And yeah, live well and prosper. That's definitely the quote, don't worry about it. Alright, Slán.